Welcome, everybody, to a badass Sunday night here on Chiefs Focus. You're here with JP and Caleb. What's up, my bro?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, man. I'm happy as can be. Happy as can be.
Same here, man. Same here.
What you got?
Oh, man, I got a lot to say. I think about 4 weeks ago, the Chiefs played the Titans, and I was so irritated with this team because they should have played so much better. It looked like they made the changes. They responded when they needed to, and Mahomes is back. Everyone for the last 2 weeks said, Ryan Clark specifically was like, Mahomes is broken. He can't do it no more. Well, listen here, buddy. He just went up 406 yards and 5 touchdowns. So you're telling me he's broken? The Raiders aren't no joke. They got a decent defense. They got a good offensive line. Derek Carr is so-so. But he came up and showed out. So I don't think he's broken. And I think what that shows us as a fan base is that you never doubt your team. No matter how hard life gets, you never doubt your team because they can pull through like the Chiefs did tonight. And I knew once the Chiefs were able to figure it out, especially the end of the game where Mahomes had that beautiful pass to Hill to ice the game, I knew that this team would come out against the Raiders with some vengeance. And they absolutely went out there and showed them who's the leader of the AFC West, who's the leader of the AFC, and we are going to the Super Bowl. That's what they're going for. Because the statement they showed is this team came out with some swagger like we have never seen before recently. And this was extremely important because the Chiefs, finally, man, they figured it out. The defense takes a long time. They finally figured it out. I know everyone's irritated with the touchdown Hitchens gave up. I'm not mad at Hitchens. I'm more irritated with Spags because Hitchens is not the best in coverage. Other than that, man, Dirty Dan got a pick. I mean, that was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but
well, he kind of stole that from Thornhill, but I'll go ahead and go along with it.
But hey, hey, he was there, and I think it works out. Having Sorensen play a smaller role like he did tonight, it was extremely beneficial.
It was.
And this just showed me. This showed me that this team is not going to look back. Andy Reid finally did something that I've never thought I would see him do. You remember that scene in Karate Kid where Sensei Kreese says finish him, breaks the I don't know if he breaks the pencil, he says finish him. That's what Andy did to the Raiders tonight. So look out, AFC West, we're coming for you. Look out, Bills, Titans, Chargers, Browns, we're coming for you. Double time again. We're coming against all of you guys. We are going to take back our crown, and we are going back to the Super Bowl.
I agree, man. Hey, you said it all, bro. I mean, this was a statement game. And I said this to I don't know how many people they DM me before the game. What do you think about this game? What do you think about this game? And I said, I have a good feeling. And my feelings were coming from what we had talked about prior. Andy called every play in this game.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Yes. And I mean, this is something that's been stirring for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it on the last show. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some excuses made, but there was one person that was missing on the sidelines tonight. And that one person, I mean, I know this is going to probably break a lot of people's hearts, but that one person was, I'm not going to say I think was the kink in the chain. And I'm going to leave it at that. But with that being said, Andy called all the plays. He let Mahomes do his job. He let Mahomes call plays on the field.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. What Andy Reid knows the playbook. Let him call the plays. I know you want to have an offensive coordinator, but let them help game plan. But you let Andy call the plays. Well, that's what we need because Andy knows Mahomes better than anyone.
Yeah, and normally with an offensive coordinator, you know, Andy's been the play guru forever, and he's a quarterback guru. There's no doubt about that. But there was other issues going on that led up to this. We talked about it on prior shows, and now everybody that doubted us, they know it. I had 5 phone calls from some pretty big people tonight that said, holy shit, you were right. And I said, yeah. And one guy called me and he goes, hey man, where's he at? And I said, have you seen him? And he goes, no. And I said, I told you this was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen this quick, but it happened. I said I had a weird feeling it might, but and like I said, there may be an excuse. This is not the team that does certain things in a different, in ways that other teams do. But I can tell you in not so many words that from week 2 till the Giants game, Andy wasn't himself. We talked about this on the show.
And we said it before. I mean, the Chiefs put out a tweet. He obviously fell in the tunnel, and then what we found out later, and then came out later with ESPN, we understood. You told me right that night. I'm like, well, what's wrong? You're like, well, this, and this.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. And that's kind of the time they've kind of faltered and had issues. But now, from what we've seen, this team is rejuvenated. Andy's back. He's the one calling the plays specifically.
Yeah.
That's why we were having issues beforehand, because Andy was not calling the plays. And what we have now is a team that's ready. I mean, they were back there like happy. Bro, and I'm going to tell you something, man. I think it's funny. You know that, and I took that personally Mahomes, like, Michael Jordan, The Last Dance, talking. Yeah. Someone took a picture and put Mahomes' face over Michael Jordan's body, and I've been using that picture. Bro, tell me why me and then a bunch of other Chiefs fans out there basically were kind of going after Ryan Clark, but like you said, he was broken. And Brian Clark is so hurt, man. He is mad. Dude, I'm telling you right now, he is so irritated because people are going after him. Bro, he shouldn't have said he was broken. We all know Mahomes wasn't broken. Every quarterback has a bad game. Brady threw how many picks, JP? How many picks did he throw today?
3 today. Oh, by the way, just so everybody understands, he's got one more pick than Mahomes on the season.
Yeah, so everyone was getting, well, Mahomes does all these interceptions. Well, what about Tom Brady? He is right behind him. So we need to stop looking at the number one guy and look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. Exactly. If we're just going to do that comparison, if we're just being honest at the end of the day, because this shows us at the end of the day that it does not matter how you start, it's how you finish your season. And that's what the Chiefs are doing. We were 6-4 the last time we ended up winning the Super Bowl. We're 6-4 now.
Yep.
We are 6-4 now. We can continue this to push through. I really do.
Hey, and here's the thing. Right now, we're sitting, and I don't see this momentum ever dropping off for the rest of the season. No. It's not going to happen. The defense is playing lights out. They played like a number one defense tonight, period.
Top 10 defense, regardless of when we had those other issues, but they played really well.
They did. I mean, there was a couple of flaws, but that's going to happen with any defense, no matter who you are. Nobody's perfect. There's a couple of flaws. Yeah. So what? Mm-hmm. And somebody will pick that apart, I'm sure, but who cares? You're always going to have some jack off out there that picks something apart, that finds some kind of flaw in something. Oh, Mahomes almost had an interception. So what?
Well,
He's
almost
had a lot of interceptions. But
so has Tom Brady. So has Ben Roethlisberger. So has
Manning.
Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
Manning and Drew Brees. The list goes on and on. So we just gonna make up stats now
because that's what we're. He had touchdowns for years.
Yeah, so exactly. So we just making up stats now. We only want to pick and choose when Mahomes does something. Because I'm just being honest with you. The standard you guys keep trying to keep making it sound crazy, and it's not making any sense.
No, it's not. And half of those fans that bash Mahomes and bash this guy and bash that guy, I guarantee you they're on their phones scrolling through all their tweets.
People are deleting tweets now. They're
all day long. Delete. That's all they're doing. And I guarantee a big outlet right now is doing the exact same thing, but he doesn't understand that a lot of people have screenshots. But moving forward, we look like the team of old. We look like the team that we were prior to that Super Bowl. We are back.
Yep,
we were never. Mahomes was never broken. He had issues. Every quarterback does. Every player has them. There was a lot of players that had issues on this team. It wasn't just him. There was a lot of things going on with this team. But you know what the difference is between us and between, let's just say, the Raiders? The difference is that we are able to fix our problems.
Yeah.
We can work through our issues. Some teams just can't.
Yeah.
Some teams just implode from within. We don't.
And we have these issues. We can continue to battling week after week after week. Now, granted, the Raiders deal with some serious things. And I mean, I understand what they're going through. They're doing some serious stuff.
They are.
But it just shows it, and they're having a terrible season. So we don't really need to touch on that. But one thing is when it comes to a team like the Chiefs, they never gave up. They continue to battle.
Oh, I'm not talking about the Raiders this season. I'm talking about prior seasons. They've had the same issues.
Yeah. Well, they've always had a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember one year Derek Carr was balling, and they were trying to say he's going to go to the AFC Championship game. And all Chiefs fans are like, he hasn't beaten. Alex Smith yet.
Yeah.
And we're all just kind of sitting back like, hello.
Yeah.
So at this point, we come in, we got receipts. We know who's been talking. We know who has said what. Ryan Clark is getting flamed right now. It's going to be funny. Kyle Brandt retweeted and liked our tweet saying that was an anger run. So that may show up on Good Morning Football for all you guys out there who love that show.
Yeah.
Put some respect on the Chiefs name because we are coming for everyone. Chiefs Kingdom is not going to lie down. We're going to enjoy this win just like every other win because a win's a win.
Yep.
We are
and that was a big win. That was
a big win. Andy has
never
pushed a foot on the gas pedal. He has never did what Sensei Kreese did in Karate Kid. This was a win, and they deserved it. Yep. They were the better team. They had the better quarterback, better offensive line, running back, defense, better at every skill position. They showed up and showed out.
Yes, they did. And I got to tell you, man, with the exception of a mistake, really a fumble, which honestly, I'm kind of confused as to why. Well, I'm not confused. I understand one part of the situation. There's a player that's in the doghouse right now that shouldn't be, but
yeah, I agree with you.
And that stems from part of the issues that were going on with the defense at one time, but that's all for the most part worked out. And that one particular coach isn't really having a good time right now either. But with that being said, this defense for the last 3 weeks have progressively climbed the ladder.
Bro, whenever DeAndre Baker gets out of the doghouse and whenever we get Josh Jackson back, bro, oh my gosh. I'm telling you right now, man, this defense is already good, but this cornerback room is solid.
Oh, they are.
I mean, solid. Yeah. We know what we're doing. That's the important thing. We know what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spags, I know I was a little irritated with him, but it looks as a fan, and everyone has done this in years past, we get irritated, but it looks like they figured it out. And like, I think it was Hitchens said this. He said, we always go through a spurt where the defense always struggles in the beginning of the season. And as a Chiefs fan, I'm going to tell you guys, just expect the Chiefs to don't do well on defense the first 8 weeks of the season. I'm just telling you now. I'm just going to tell you now, prepare for it. I will put out a tweet personally because this is something we have seen. They have struggled year after year when it comes to the first 8 seasons, 8 weeks when having with Spags. So there's nothing we can do with that. But hey, Spags has figured it out. It looks like the defense is playing well. And hey, man, on to the Cowboys. Time to beat Jerry Jones because I cannot wait for that game.
Yeah.
Primetime game, Kansas City. You already know. Barbecue. That's going to be a great week. I get school off. Oh, man, I'm going to probably go to the barbecue joint and get something. I can't wait for that game. Hey, man, I'm happy. I'm happy.
You know, it's crazy, man, because, you know, it's funny. With Charvarius Ward tonight, somebody had a smart ass remark about him tonight, of course. Mm-hmm. And somebody had told me prior to the game that he wasn't feeling good. And
he went out with an illness. Is he all right from what you're hearing?
Yeah. Okay. And I said, well, you know, he's playing. So that tells me a lot that, you know, he doesn't feel good. He's sick and he's still playing. And he ended up going out sick, but he wasn't feeling good and he still played.
Yeah.
Guy's still a top CB in the league.
Oh, yeah, easily. Put some respect on this man's name.
Damn,
Put some respect on this man's name. God, seriously. This man has gone out there every week, and he has done good for the most part. He's not players we've had in the past. We finally have a good group of cornerbacks. That's what I really believe.
Yeah, and look what happened in the AFC today. I mean,
bro, all the dominoes fell. All the dominoes fell.
Yeah, and ours just stayed up and just – it's like ours just stayed up. I mean, you could run over our dominoes with a fucking Mack truck and they would have not fell because everything is going in. It's just falling into place. And that's what we need. We needed what just went on over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. This is what we needed. And it happened. And I'm glad a certain person stepped up. I'm glad a certain person didn't. I better not overstep my bounds. I'll just say this. I'm so glad Andy's doing better. I'm so glad that he's out there doing what he does best. I'm so glad he's allowing Mahomes to do what he does best. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad everybody on that team, you can see the difference from the look on Kelsey's face, the look on Tyreek's face, the look on Tyrann Mathieu's face, the coach's face. How about the pass from Tommy Townsend?
Bro, Tommy Townsend, QB2, looking like Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, dude. Everything just and when we tried the little trick stuff that they blamed Andy on, that wasn't Andy calling that bullshit. So
it wasn't played a lot better.
It wasn't